poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer. So you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first, because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brainwaves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse, or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet, or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
Men want to fuck, but I tell them that the only access is sword fighting, jousting, some fencing shit. We could be tip to tip. I mean, I could give you tips, tricks, and FAQs on how to handle your bitch. A list that'll have your lady leave you for these lips. Cause the nut she bust from the sensation of me on her clit will have shorty at my doorstep. Boom box at the hip. Plies crooning on that shit. Cause her name ain't Becky, but I beckoned her in. Said she never had a Gemini, never fucked with a twin. But now she begging, yearning for a late night session of long lasting tongue lashing from the Maya that cracked her back in. You see, I haven't laid with a nigga since who knows when, but I made him my bitch. He lost his shit, squealing like a snitch, hitting a lick, claiming he in love and couldn't handle it. Y'all just like the power that ooze off a bitch. Y'all know how weird that shit is that you want to dominate this frolic so you can claim that you conquered it. But you see, this dominance, it don't diminish. It's never dimming, despite the compliments and gifts given. Nah, you really gotta fuck with this shit. That's how man's got caught up, got his soul taken right quick. Remember, I said we'd be tip to tip, and boy, do I love to make promises. So I promise to fill your lady with that gratitude and slow stroke the fuck out of her attitude that was somehow caused by you. Because little do you know, this kitty belongs to a witch, and by the next full moon, I have you laid out in a ditch. Your lady at my table, bust open like crab stick. Demon bitch with a wicked switch that handles the dick as if it's an extendo, toting unlimited magic. Wand bippity bop to Romeo your bitch, switching out straps cause this Bonnie is sapphic, and trigger happy with Clyde in spirit. Mask always on, so you never know if femme emptied the clip. And that's peace.
I got a pack of sour 8 patch kids and they all different flavors. But the one thing they have in common is as teens, they always be asking for favors. See, I love you come with a can you do. Any other time after I was school, they might not talk to you. It's straight up to their room. See, it's my food goal that do almost exactly everything they told. Well, that's a 50-50. I mean, man, these teenage attitudes be shifty. This our seventh time at this merry-go-round, and the true way to handle it has yet been found. You see, girls are usually loud and boys move mostly without sound, except for when they argue, it's disrespectfully rude or some of the wrong shit said on Family Feud. See, I know food lessens the tude. Eat up the whole house, but let me say clean up. Then everybody's sour for a little over an hour. But not long after done, they bored. Now they trying to have a little family fun. That's code for you might have to spend. Followed by it only costs this much to get in, or can you take me to go meet my friends? See, it's apparent that this shit never ends. These mofos is selfish. One minute they grown as hell, the next minute they acting helpless. I mean, I got some privileged little assholes. I'm gonna do everything I'm supposed, but I need you to go hard for these shoes and clothes. That's why I manifest long gold blessings. Like my seeds, they seeds gonna be like time's flow. Cause I know this how the saying go. See, you didn't ask how to be here, but how well we have to take care of you. See, that's not truly clear. Your stuff don't have to have a name, my dear. All I gotta do is provide. And quite honestly, let me do a memory dive. See, was I like this as a teen? Hell yeah, I was grown as shit. Had my own joint at 15, so I know I was it. But that's another story to tell. Let me get back to my jits, man. They straight 100%. Graduation rate at 100%. And no matter what, how long it take them to get it as long as it got. I got one son who temperature be kind of hot. He begin his on the sit down, but that meant a lot because even behind the cage, he knew the importance of getting education staged. Planted in my last three, y'all see, they just gonna follow suit. Because at this point, it's not what's expected, it's just what the flick we do. Diploma or trade, that white paper is how we get paid. And y'all know, I tell them, repay me with a French maid. Because I got minimum grades, but I've earned that title of grand. Proud to say that they stuck to the before 40 plan. That means I made it, y'all. And I'm ready to spoil them all over again. But this time, they don't belong to me. So I get to send them home and spoil their ass for free. I'm down to my last three. That's 2 teens and a tween away from being free. But I tell you what, without them, there wouldn't be no me. So I just want to say I'm blessed for my little big family that's hella big. But y'all know what? I love my Sour Patch Kids. And that's my piece.
My daddy told me be careful who you open up to. You don't want to be one of those soda pop girls. Told me to be more fine wine on Sunday evenings. Only open for special occasions. Told me to keep myself sacred. And I took this knowledge and faced it, so the next one would be my last, and I claimed it. See, he was the only one I chose to open up to. In more ways than I can count on all my fingers and toes, he gave it all to me. The insecurities and the triggers. I laid it all out before him, fell from my knees. I became subtle and submissive. Watch as he rebuilt me, fortified the foundation, and healed me with the touch. He gave me new insight to the meaning gentle, and I loved him. See, this would be the one I would sacrifice for. Go to bat, pick up a sword and battle for, give back tenfold, show that I be worthy, test me, and you'll never find a resolve stronger than mine, baby. We can stand the test of time, and wouldn't it be a shame if he didn't feel the same? Found the need to seek outside satisfaction, validation from someone who will never understand what he's been through, gave way to what could be, said maybe I should just focus on me, see. I've never been the best lover. In fact, I'm sure there were more bumps on my side of the road that we had to toughen out, but he would never ever have to wonder if there was another or whose bed I was in, because every ounce of loyalty I had, I gave to him, and in return, he paid me in affairs. Dissected my insecurities and fed on them, used the information as his trigger finger, aimed it straight through my heart. Man, the way he took his time in tearing me apart. But I stuck by him. Figured he must have simply misspoke, pick up every piece he broke, and he would never actually deceive me. Watched as my trust in him became timorous, evolving into the person I never thought I'd become. I allowed him to pick up the woman that we built, place her in his pocket, parade his disrespect, and collecting numbers like Mario coins, and I would pray to God, asking to how to let the old him go and embrace the new one he's become. 8 years, destroyed in 6 months, and I loved him. But I guess my love was nothing more than being his repair. There to have his back better than I had mine most days. I'd be his support. Say a word, he had that in no time flat, and everything in between while I withered away. Hoping that someday he would understand that I was more than enough. More than sweet nothings whispered in nighttime ears, one hand around the waist, another a dagger in the spine. Say I misunderstood, he was never truly mine. What he loved most about me was the idea of me. A bed warmer, there to serve and protect the home we built with the house he was out. All the duties of a wife were my ring finger laid bare. They say girls go for men like their fathers. Well, I watched as he became his. The very person he swore to never emulate. And my daddy told me to be careful who you open up to be more fine wine. Well, I popped myself open for him and watched as he poured out every last drop. Left feeling empty, wasted, and intoxicated on the idea of who I wish he be.
They say time heals and distance makes the heart grow fonder. I say deep wounds kill and love does not always conquer. Our time apart hasn't killed me, but it has made me stronger. Definitely proves you to be the weaker. I expected you to hold on just a little bit longer. Yeah, I did grow up, but I ain't mean to do all this. Separated, I kind of hate it, but then I kind of don't. You used to write me love letters, telling me everything you miss. I could wrap myself in your lies, but I won't. It used to be blue skies full of sunshine just for you and I. Then tired eyes from the tears cried on sleepless nights. Somehow, though, I got over that, so now I do know. Distance makes the heart grow cold. When did you get so bold to confess that our love done growed old? You paid me so much attention and I was sold. Then you neglected, left me rejected, and I watched the truth unfold. They tell me out of sight, out of mind, and you made me believe. I learned to live through the lonely winter. Each morning brings faded memories of love's warmth I no longer receive. I no longer know how it feels to feel these things, like a blue sky full of sunshine over you and I. Not even the tired eyes and the tears cried on sleepless nights. I'm over that, no. So now I do know. Distance makes the heart grow. Still, no longer do I feel I love you and always will. I love you not. And I think my heart forgot. Barely remembering the times that we had. I never reminisce and I never feel sad anymore. I rarely think about you. And I know that sounds bad. Coulda, woulda, shoulda loved you forever through thick and thin, rich or poor, worse or better. You on to the next, and while I wish y'all the best, I now know better. There was a blue sky full of sunshine just for you and I. Then just my tired eyes and tears cried on sleepless nights. I'm so over that. So now I truly do know. Distance makes the heart grow hard. Distance makes the heart turn stone. Distance makes the heart release all. Nigga, distance makes the heart move on. That's peace, y'all.
You know, you such a wildfire. Let's ignite our passions together and burn forever, never letting the smoke settle. I just want to be the one that changed the batteries in your smoke detector. I mean, I know you hear that beat. I'm not here to try and perfect you. I'm here to protect you, but I'm no hero. As I drink from your fountain of euphoria, it's so restored of this view into the windows of your soul is so glorious. That glimmer in your eyes makes them look like ornaments. I mean, how festive. Your light shakes the matrix and basically breaks it. I don't think you understand the magnitude of your beauty. It's like the beautiful wrath of a natural disaster. You are the perfect storm. That's it.
I'm trying. Baby, I'm trying, but there's no use. It's your juice that I can't shake loose. And the truth is I'm connected to your pussy as if my dick was equipped with Bluetooth. See, yesterday your mind was crowded with thoughts of you fucking me. Now today, suddenly you're no longer willing to capitulate to our erotic gluttony. Music, candles, oil, and other sexual aids. We would get into each other so deep our skins would blend to make one shade. From your texture to your smell would make me swell. You open your force and I would trot through like a gazelle. And like a nigga fresh out of jail, I would abuse it well. And I can always tell when I ring that bell. Because like pliers, you would squeeze me with your thighs. And when your cloud cries, you wrap your legs around my neck tighter than one of Farrakhan's bow ties. Insatiable lessons in our sessions were the sexiest. You were the wettest when I tested it. And the way you work your walls. Damn, girl, the way you work your walls is like your pussy is ambidextrous. Now, against my will, you say it's time for us to chill after you inserted me into your matrix. Damn, instead of that red, I should have took that fucking blue pill. So now your decision is no more canine positions, no more clitorical licking or genital collisions. I mean, what's really got you tripping? You suddenly found religion? The questions I have just linger on. There's something wrong. I just can't seem to get my finger on. I just know I'm going to miss the way you would wrap your lips around my pole. You would swallow me whole as if you were trying to inhale my soul. My toes will curl up, my bottom lip fold up. I'm pushing your head back like, God damn, baby, just hold up. Now, all of a sudden, you're telling me no more of me licking it, hitting it, then splitting it. And no longer are we friends with benefits. And that's my drip.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch. And that definitely was a drive-by, man. I was trying to start it off a little slow, but that thing slid in nice and wet, just the way I like it, man. You already know what it is. Welcome back to P.P.C, where we do home of all things poetic, man. Mother's Day just passed, so I hope y'all still turning up, mothers. Y'all be on the job 25/8, so you better celebrate you. Believe that. I hope y'all been up like the sun this week. Mine started off a little bit rough, but y'all know it's gonna end amazing because it ain't got no choice messing with a mother sucker like me. If this your first time, welcome in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you know when we all the way live, man. And if you P.P.C, then you already know what the vibe is. Shout out to Silent Poet for that rewind from last week. And y'all just saw that amazing spotlight by China Blood Meyer. Y'all already know that girl came through and fired the corner up last week. So it was an honor to have them. Shout out to P.P.C for making that vote. Y'all already know we the best group on Facebook. Y'all better come in there and check us out. After that speed round, I'm ready to hear some more. So I'm not even gonna waste no mother sucking time, man. My first guest, this queen right here, shook the stage the first time I heard her. So y'all know I was on her bumper like, come on to the corner, baby. And she was like, I'm on my way. So tonight is the night. This queen is a national spoken word artist from the south side of Chicago. She has made it her goal and strive to share her experience in order to help others, performing in places like Willis Tower and being featured across Illinois, Atlanta, and Texas. But the best part to me is, y'all, she goes to the group homes and juvenile detention centers while bringing work that's going to come through, that's going to help people who are just getting incarcerated, getting out of jail, get their life going again. So y'all already know I was hyped up to read that right there, man. Oh, while she owned it, boy, she already got her stuff in progress, man. Y'all already know she messed with topics that's close to her heart, such as sexual assault awareness, body positivity, and mental health. So y'all already know what it is. Let's go there, Chicago.
Hey.
Queen, what you do? Looking good tonight, looking good. What you got going on?
Thank you. Nothing much, feeling good, feeling great. I'm getting ready for my show after this, our open mic and everything.
That's what I'm talking about. What you got going on? So what you pulling in? I mean, you already there. So what y'all got going on tonight?
Yeah. So with it being Mental Health Awareness Month, this month we decided to do a segment each week. So the first week was mine, kicking it off with trauma-informed lens and how to look at your life and recognize trauma when you've been through it. Second week was suicide prevention, and how to help and recognize those signs. This week we're doing coping with trauma and coping with triggers and recognizing triggers. Next week will be survivor's guilt, and the week after that is healing.
Man, look, you always out here in the community doing your thing, man. I love it. I love watching you, the way you moving around and the way you out here doing this thing is absolutely amazing. You know where I'm going to tap back in and find out where you got upcoming events at and where the people can actually touch bases with you if they up there where you at. Because, I mean, if it's an open mic, I already know it's going to be fire if your ass is on it. So believe me, y'all got to make sure y'all pull up on the mic. For real, for real. So what's the first piece you getting into for us tonight?
So I was actually going back and forth, but it is Mother's Day and it's Mental Health Awareness Month, so we're gonna do something with that. Since my mommy is the strongest person I know, and she taught me that therapy should be embraced, so we're gonna get into a piece about that.
That's what I'm talking about. And I love it. Look, you embraced it and you helping other people to embrace it. So that's why I love it. Reach one, teach one. So let me get out of here so she can get active. Let's go.
My mother is the strongest woman I know. Told me that there were worlds worth finding and words transcribed on repurposed fibers. The dogs could always have a place in our heart. Taught me to glide on air when melodies made place in my ears hand in hand. We would spend days following wherever the adventure led us. My mother is the strongest person I know. Even when she found herself against the odds, she mustered up the courage to drive from Chicago to Colorado with 2 kids and a daughter who had been waiting 9 months to come earthside just to give them a better environment. She'd be brave and resilient discovered prayers of protection for her babies, in hopes they would never experience the same troubles that she faced, aimed to guard them against colorism and racism. She gave way to cultivating imaginations, led them on the path to greatness with no how-to guide to show the way. She became their champion, the best way that she knew how. Showed that therapy is not frowned upon, but embraced, and I am thankful, because when it came to leaving suddenly, she equipped me with an unshakable spirit, made sure I knew the power that I'd be born with and the lioness behind me even still. I found myself melting into my circumstances, defeated by trials that would prove too much for any 8-year-old, but God must have heard my prayers, saw a little girl in need of more guidance, not a replacement, but an addition, my bonus mother. Never before finding herself in this role gathered the armor that she could. See, we learned together. And no one said that it would be easy. She got a spirit of steel, fought against abuse, an unloving marriage with 5 babies, all looking up to her to be their shield. She be their umbrella in the stormy weather, whether or not they asked for it. She'd be warm arms for teenagers. Understood that growing pains could be softened with an understanding eye. She took me out of the dark that I could not find the light in. Traveled to where the water found itself the warmest, till I wrapped myself in words, took charge of my own future, gathered my own armor. My bonus mother strapped up her boots, stood in front of the naysayers, made sure I took any stage that my heart guided me to, revealed the justice and following your purpose. And no, I'm not saying it was perfect, but leading by example, she took accountability for the mistakes that she learned from, educated a young girl into a woman. Hand in hand, they worked together until I welcomed a daughter of my own, welcoming my mother-in-law with open arms, a champion to any child who crossed her doorstep, made sure to imbue me with boundaries, and that there's no need for it to be harder than it has to be. And no, it's still a complete sentence. See, they be the dream team. All who I wouldn't be known without, who I wouldn't be who I am without. All 3 women. All 3 mothers who I'm blessed to know. So whether you be auntie or grandma or neighbor, when you find yourself struggling to keep your head above the water, know that there are good little ones out there, grateful, so very grateful that you did not give up to them. And following your grace and your purpose, give yourself time, because you are a champion. That's that piece.
Now that right there was written with love, y'all. Let's go. Yo, that thing was definitely written with love by Queen. I'm talking about Queen up for her queens and the queens that she's created. I absolutely love that piece. Y'all already know when I bring her back around, she's going to have to tell us a little bit more about that piece and how that pen be leaking all over the place. But we're going to keep this show on rolling, man. Look, my next king, y'all. Now, y'all know I'm good for messing some shit up for real, and killing the name. And my next king, I had to ask him to send me a voice record, like, say what? Come again? Then I realized he be making shit up too. And I was like, yo, this king right here, this my type of king. He is a poet, a spoken word artist, CEO of Drip on the Mic Network, hailing from East Oakland. King has been using poetry as an outlet his entire life, but as an adult and a former felon, he credits poetry for ushering him through most of his challenging moments. Over the past 15 years, this king has performed at multiple venues in California, Texas, Louisiana, and South Carolina. He also has 2 tracks on Spotify. Presently, he is working on his first audio book, which I hope tonight we get a sneak peek of that thing. Man, y'all help me welcome the pulmonologist. Y'all heard how I said that shit? I got that shit right, too. Let's go. Yo, King.
Appreciate that. Yo, that was a dope opening. I appreciate that.
And now I feel you. You are a dope poet. I just got to hear how that pen be leaking for real, and you be making it leak. I hear yes. If I had known coming like that, I might have had to swap you around. I say, oh, they're gonna be coming. They're gonna be in trouble coming behind him. Lord, the flow gonna be slipping. Having folks slipping around. So how you feeling? How you feeling tonight, though?
Man, I feel good. Listen, it's just an honor to be on here. This is my first time. We started working on this a couple of months ago. And I'm glad that it finally happened. So I'm excited to be here and excited to get this thing going, man.
Man, I'm glad it too. Oh, I see Paul Cram in the house. That
I
way,
see
say
my bro.
what it
Yeah,
do.
listen, I see my bro. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. My love,
Yeah,
man.
man, y'all already know I love all the comments that's coming through. Thank y'all for the love that's going on through here tonight. So, King, you got your first audio book in the making. So, when are you thinking about, or when do you project that it will be coming out?
I'm gonna say the end of the summer. I want to say the end of the
Okay.
summer. Yeah,
All
yeah. I mean, I got about half of mine done. The other ones is pretty much. I just gotta lay them. I got them done. I just gotta get them laid. So once that's finished, then I'm expecting it. So they ain't gonna take me that long.
fact. So it's erotica.
No, it's a mixture of everything of all my
Okay.
talent.
Because you
Absolutely.
know I was finna say, man, he waiting on it to get a little cold so we can heat y'all ass up, right at the
Yeah.
end of summertime. But I
You feel
feel
me?
you.
You feel me? But now I do have some erotic tracks on Spotify though. And if you just look up the Pulmonologist on Spotify, I got a couple of erotic tracks on there. So
Man, you must have knew that was gonna be my next question because you sure
yeah,
told me 2 tracks on Spotify and didn't tell me how
yeah,
to find them, what we going for, and nothing like
mhm,
that. So I'm glad
right.
that you just broke that on down for the people. That is definitely love. Y'all make sure y'all tap in on Spotify. Check out both of those EPs because man,
Hmm.
from
Put
what
your
I
kids
just
to
heard.
bed. Yeah,
I
put your
know,
kids to bed.
I'm gonna go look for them.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So I got a little snap on. So what's the first piece you're gonna give us?
This one is out. This one is a piece about my sisters. Got to show love to my black women.
All right, I love that. Let's get up out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna call this one Silence of the Power Source. Brothers, wake up and wise up. Take up arms. Let's size up on these cracks that's out here on the attack of our black women. They are our voice, and we got to catch up because our sisters are being silenced and killed at an alarming rate because the world can feel them coming. My sisters are on the rise. Matter of fact, they have arrived everywhere. So, to my brother warriors, this is a summons. White America moves at lightning speed to impede our melanated breed, but we, as the strength of seed, needs to step up, not step aside to show a path. Because one day you can bet for damn sure a black woman will lead. It boils me to see on TV when this orange motherfucker would point at my sisters and tell them to have a seat like they was beneath. I grit my teeth and think how we black men need to be like killer bees protecting the queen. Our power source can't afford to have less than the strength of our best stepping up to protect. Send a message like, don't fucking mess with our hornet's nest. Make no mistake, this is the silence of our power source. Our daughter, Nia Wilson, was murdered at the BART station in Oakland by a symptom of this evil force. So, of course, we need to be a force because if we as black men don't enforce, we leave our sisters alone out on a collision course. These are our issues. If your skin is black and you a man, it ain't a question of can you. It's the statement of fit in where the fuck you can. This is the silences of our power source. Don't tell me you don't understand. Try telling that shit to Sandra Bland. Black man, stand up, man up. This tanned up so-called president has made it evident through dog whistle banter that our precious black women are to be made look ignorant because of his inability to handle a real question when they raise a hand up. Makes me want to raise my hand up, shape of a black fist, and knock the shit out of the next racist ass lunatic that attacks my sis. We can no longer stand for this shit. They can't dismiss and silence our power source. Brothers, we need to state our case so that we shape the mindset of her to appreciate our place, replace any doubts, give her faith that you're the security, she is the base. Provider of the egg, mother of the seed. A kingdom unstable is one without a queen. We diminish and demean our power source when we abuse and shame, ridicule, and call B names. If we harm our queens, others feel empowered to do the same. Today, racism has gotten brave, but we cannot let our power source be its prey. See, the stance we take must say to the other race that you're going to keep your ass out of our black queen's face. Respect is a requirement. We require that you unhand our power source because your violence will not be their silence. You see, while we hustle for that last dollar and grind for that last dime, our beautiful black dimes are under siege, and it's been time that we draw a line in the sand to these spineless crimes. See, America has stepped aside. So, brothers, it's up to us to step up and be that protection provider. Let's lift our queens higher so this earth can burn from the fire of our power source. And that's my drip.
Man, I hope your ass ain't broke, cause that was a stack. Okay, well, maybe it was 100. Okay, well, you kept it a buck, man. I am mutated. You definitely kept that thing more than 100 and a buck, man. I love to see that, and that's why I call people kings. See, you gotta move like a king. You gotta walk like a champ to be treated like one, boy, and he just put it out there in y'all face, boy. Step it up. I love, man. The corner is going, man. Look, More knowledge on the corner than a little bit tonight, baby. It's coming from all over the place. Let's keep this show rolling, man. My next guest, man, I hug her quite often. That's right. She right here in these ATL streets, leaving these mics on fire. Man, right here in East Atlanta, on the side to be exact. She is a multi-talented artist with a diverse background in poetry, acting, singing. She has been a valuable contributor to this local, wait a minute, slow down, entertainment scene, captivating audiences with her raw talent and impactful performance. Her work emphasizes perseverance and strength through adversity while overcoming insecurities, digging deep into the variety of what do we got? Mental. Look, what you done wrote over here? Let me let her come up here and say this thing. I'm messing all these little hill words up. Quo, what's going on, Queen?
Oh, you see me in here. We're going to skip the words because here I am.
I'm trying to tell you, well, I messed the whole bottom half of that thing up right there, man.
You got
really doing, you be out here doing is standing up for the modern woman. That's what I got out of that whole thing is you made sure that you stand up for the queens. So I love that part right there. And every time you tell Mike down, you definitely be on point. So what you got going on? I heard you going somewhere tonight. Where we going?
Let me tell you, we're going to be at Euro ATL tonight. I'm trying to hit one, hit two. If I can, I'm going to tap on three as well. You know, poets be poeting.
I'm trying to tell you, she already tell you Wednesday night is a vibe. She already hitting one. So now she finna go hit a twice. And she might run up on a three-peater. And if you do, man, you got to send me videos from all three because that sounds like a tiring, fun-ass night right there. I tell you what. I don't even know why I got tongue-tied when you came up here, girl. You be making me excited or something. What be going on?
I do that.
I know. I just got me hooked last week at the Circle, man. Y'all got to tap in on the Circle. That thing be so lit. I love the vibe in the Circle. That's one of the spots that we go to here in the ATL. If y'all around town, make sure y'all do it. So, what's the first piece you got for us tonight, Queen?
So look, we're all talking about therapy, and then I heard somebody talking about Black women. So you know, I'm all about being heard. I just want a Black woman's voice to be heard. What's mine is probably shared amongst at least about 4 or 5 other Black women. So please understand that we have feelings too, and they do matter.
Let's go. Talking about lives matter, feelings matter too. Oh, we out.
Let's talk about it. My anger feels like jalapenos in the corners of my motherfucking mouth. I swear, every time I bite down, another explosion of heat, it takes me over like pop rocks, bursting against my cheeks until I speak sounds that come out a little more like pepper spray, blindsiding without warning, but abrupt how I erupt with words of chucked, spewed insults, first class flued out like fireworks into July, shooting into the sky, uncertain of any specific direction, but leaving this lasting impression kind of like wasabi all over your lips. Too spicy to contain my composure and far too painful for immediate closure. Unlike unearthly echoes, haunting me as I sleep, as I bend, peep, game, cleverly masked as critique when there was never an invitation to speak, like horns blaring in my skull, like alarms ringing in my ears, like a buzzer going off behind my eyelids, like a whistle on cue. Like a tiny splinter buried deep within my shea butter skin. Like having 5 points in my head with all the busyness and fuss and no time to discuss. It's kind of like traffic during the rush hour, like just as hot as the heat from the sun beaming through my window, starting off warm enough, then growing strong enough to become uncomfortable enough to finally move me, like being overtaken, overcome, overloaded, overwhelmed, over everything when my anger feels like trust lacking, backstabbing, bitch slapping because that bitch lips keep smacking, feels like my mental is cracking, personality splitting, feels hard hitting, easily forgetting that this behavior is unfitting for a lady, but then maybe this is just what is a part of womanhood. That's that piece, y'all.
I just came on here to tell you was a bad mother. Hush your mouth. You know kids be watching the show. What, man? You ruined all the fun. I was gonna say mother sucker. Dang.
Not really. You know what I was gonna say. That mother's a bad mother sucker. I love that piece, man. Talk about empowerment and going through it daily life, bro. Because that's exactly what that be sounding like sometimes. I thought she was talking about me. I was gonna have to bring her back up here and ask her stop throwing them stones at my ass. Nah. Y'all already know what it is. All right, let's see if we can get this thing going because I've been messing some words up tonight. Let's get it. Last but not least, I found this king right here on TikTok. I loved his words and his videos, man. So y'all know I had to bring one of the dopest to the corner. He went no different. I was right in his inbox like, what up? So y'all make sure y'all run his TT up. Let me get back to this thing, man. This king, his words, they more than just powerful. He's an author, an artist, a writer, a musician, a poet, a creative. Man, this man is from Florida. Maybe that's why he hot. He has developed an online presence by creating content that involves him and sharing his insight on love, life, spirituality, and just mental awareness altogether. Izzy uses poetry and spoken word as a way to express and normalize the embodiment of love, as well as share his voice, his ability to bend words with the world. And tonight, he here to bend all that right here on the corner, because it's in universe, but we gonna call him Izzy for sure. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that. Because I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I don't know how I just messed the queens up like that. I'm going to have to run her back for the one time because I was over here nervous or shaking or something. I don't know what was going on. But, King, how you feeling tonight? How you feeling?
I'm good. It's a beautiful night. I'm chilling. Yeah, man, how you feeling? How you good? You good?
Hey, I'm feeling blessed as long as y'all on the corner. And guess what? I feel even more blessed. I'm on 10 right now because your joint is working. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get a little, but your voice is still there. So I'm loving the fact that we actually get to hear you tonight, King. So I'm on 10. So Arthur, let's go ahead and start at the top of your list. You're an author. Where this book at? What can we find and what we talking about here?
So yeah. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working on my first poetry book, actually. It's gonna be like a physical and then / audio book.
Okay.
So I've been working on that lately. It's gonna be titled Leading with Love. And the whole idea, just like you said in the intro, is just to normalize the embodiment of love. It's just making love cool again. You know?
Hey, man, love always been cool in my book.
For real, you know?
I don't know these days. I take loyalty over love, but that's a whole nother subject. You know what I'm saying? But so you already know you're gonna have to come back around to the corner when this book actually drop, because we gotta talk about it. We gotta tell the people where to find it at, and if it's corner prices and all that stuff. So you gotta definitely do that. And we also got musician in here. So we doing what we got. We rap.
Raps. Music was my first love. Music was really my first love, and I swear, I that's what I thought I was gonna be like. Rap, this is what it's gonna be. But I got to a point in my journey where I realized that I didn't have to just be the rapper. I could express myself in other outlets and still have that under my belt, still be that. But I do have music available on Spotify, Apple Music. You just search me at Izzy. Yeah, that's really what it is. All right,
man. Y'all heard it yourselves. Make sure y'all support the King. He on TikTok, and he got music and stuff on Spotify and probably all your music platforms. So just type it in and see what you come up with. Because I know I'm gonna be doing. It's 2 Kings now that I gotta type in on tonight just to see what they got going on, so I can buy it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up through that. So is the first piece you giving us out the book?
Yes, actually it is. Yeah, it is.
I be trying to get P.P.C exclusive, baby. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it right here first. All right. So, what's the name of the piece, King?
All right. So this piece is gonna be titled "The King of Hearts." And like I said, The King of Hearts. And like I said, this piece is gonna be in my audiobook as well.
Let me get up out of here.
For sure. You so sweet. It's like the potency or energy hinders me from being anything other than what I'm meant to be. You speak to me telepathically and synchronistically. When you converse with the universe, I wonder, does it ever mention me? I don't have dreams. I have visions where you visit me that are so vivid that there's no way that even when you wake, you don't remember me. I want you to spread your wings with me. It's not too frequently I come across a frequency that's high enough to freak with me. I mean, high enough to fly free with me. grounded enough to enjoy our scenery. It's beautiful up here, isn't it? They say it's lonely at the top, but if I got you, that's not true. So every spot I'm in, I think I spot you, but it's not you. And every time I think I finally got you, it's not you. They take their mask off like, hi, we got you. But that's not true. Because leading with love is the key. I can only imagine the treasure I'll unlock when I finally unlock you. Yeah, I unlock you. That's my piece.
Well, no, it ain't no fire, man, but that shit was fire, man.
Yo, that piece definitely was fire and a PPC exclusive. I love when they come through and give us no shh. I seen it in the comments. I'm loving it. Y'all already know I'm about to bring the queen back around. She trying to touch down at the open mic. So y'all know I got to get her up through here for the one time before she skedaddle on up. Let's go. Unmutate. Oh, yeah, I do it all the time. Don't worry, I do it all the time.
Thank you.
You know, I got you all day long, man. We got to unmutate that thing. So, okay, let's get to it. So you have a show that comes on live. Tell us about it. Let's just run down everything you got going on. Don't make the list too long. Don't kill them, but kill them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. All right. So every second and fourth Monday, we are on Facebook Live in the Post Spoken Word and Poetry group. I'm my admin, so just request it and we can get you in there. But it's called Lyrical Lounge. It happens at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time every second and fourth Monday. You come in, you drop you a mic, you send a request, we spit some poems, we talk about some stuff coming up, and it is worldwide, so you can meet all types of other artists. I got collab speaks every Wednesday here on the scene in Chicago. So if you up here in Chicago, we got you. You can come on, hit our stage real quick. And yeah, that's pretty much it right now.
All right, then. Y'all heard it. She fired up on Facebook, and you can come catch her live if you own the South. You said South Side?
Southside Chicago.
South side of Chicago. I'm a South Side fool too, just in the ATL. I love me some South Side. You know, I'm talking about can't go wrong with the South. But what's the second piece you're gonna give us?
So the second piece, since it is Mental Health Awareness Month, we're going to talk about something called body dysmorphia. This piece is called Colossus. It's a vulnerable piece about, my experiences with body dysmorphia.
Hey, I'm just glad you didn't put none of that in your bio because I'd have missed it.
All right, let's get into it. I killed the monster only to become one. Converted my torso into sheets to cover my insecurities. I spread myself so thin they became a whisper. Cast my thoughts into fangs and swallowed broken glass disapproval I exercised. Till it burned. Till my ribcage opened up and took flight, I became a Houdini, making hunger disappear in front of a full plate, you see. A monster has no appetite when functioning in the parameters of dysmorphia. So loathing is feeling enough. It is keeping your body image trapped in a funhouse mirror, kidnapped in your thoughts, Stockholming yourself into contentment. When you need to lose a little bit more of this vessel you call a body is being willing. To raise the blade, yourself a smile so you could pass for happy, just hiding the smoke. Lifting the veil of shell-like confidence only to reveal the mortality behind a man. I once battled with it, tooth and nail, fought to see things differently. I tore its arm and inscribed my wounds I embedded, teardrop crystals and laced it with guilt after all. What place have I to be such a beast? 3 years in the shadow and returned the second time to claim its victory. I killed the monster, only to immortalize its tactics, begin to consume myself the same way, turn joy into sorrow, pin spun and danced around the truth. I don't see myself that way. And this reflection was distorted long before he ever came along. And that night, I often find myself counting the pounds to sleep, seeing how long it takes to fall out of comfortability, to choke on body mass index and metabolize the reality of my thoughts while I disappear into diagnosis. But in the day I dream of acceptance, Apologies I'll never get to say to the girl I once was. I'm sorry for creating more room for doubt than for care, for being the devil on your shoulder, tossing those outfits to the back of the closet, trading meals for Snickers, hang draw and courting your appetite to vapor and condition you till you pounce yourself, till you bleed six packs and sweat and muscle. I apologize. Tell you there wasn't enough space for security, pushing you into waist trainers and fitness plans. That being under 150 is synonymous with happiness, but mostly I could apologize for telling you it was too much and still not enough. This is for anybody who's ever looked at the reflection of cracked glass bottles and insecurities, found the unease too comfortable to fall into, given views distorted, seen comparing themselves to comic book bodies and anime figures. This is for anybody giving eyes bigger than stomachs and measuring worth with numbers on scales. Have mercy on yourself. Show yourself the kindness you otherwise give out. And I know it's going to take more than 180 seconds. More than a couple songs about body image and pageant culture, truth be told. Haven't found my way out of this maze yet either. But I've learned that these bars that I may find myself trapped behind are nothing more than a cocoon that I need to break myself out of. When I do, these wings will be something to behold. That's that piece.
Boy, no cap. Like if I took this cap off, you'll still be locked and loaded like me. Let's go.
Yo, I ain't turning the camera off because that piece right there was a powerful piece. I didn't get to ask you what made you write the last piece. So what sparked this piece?
So this piece, so body dysmorphia is a mental state where you obsess over a perceived flaw in your appearance. And I have a poem called Snickers, and it's my love for Snickers, but really what it comes from is me literally trading meals for Snickers because I thought I was too big. And when I look back on those pictures during that time, I realized I was really small. And so when I'm talking to therapists and realizing it and giving it a name is body dysmorphia, it's something I realize I'm still struggling with. And the only way to get out and help other people is by saying, hey, I do it too. So there's that piece.
Hey man, I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate you being open about the piece, even when I asked about it. You go in there and you kill that me, the mic, the knife. You heard me. Blessings and thank you so much for tonight, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that because she about to go on the inside and kill it for real on y'all.
Done.
Over. Yo, that's called love, man. She came through, blazed up on the corner, and now she about to go shake the room. You know what I'm talking about? You can't go wrong with that. Man, let me go ahead and bring the king back around. We got the pulmonologist. Let's go ahead and get to it. Yo, King.
Hey.
Hey, man, that last piece, oh my God, talk about shake the room. That last piece was a healer. It was a eye opener. It was a wake up. It was a, what inspired that piece?
So it's been like this. Like I look on like different news outlets, you know, whether it's online, TV or whatever, and I see these white men they have this brave, like they just could get in our women's face and like we ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean? And you know, me as a black man, I'm not one of them. Like, you know, if I'm somewhere in public and I see a white man up in a female's face, I'm in his ass. You know what I mean? And I'm going to make it a point. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be made an example out of each and every time. But they have this brave thing where I think they feel like, you know, when we talk about Fannie Willis and the DA in New York and how these white men just on TV talking shit about them and trying to throw them undercover, like, hints and all that shit. Like, I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Give them the same motherfucking respect. So when it comes to my black women, I have no chill. I have no like,
respectfully, as you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Franny ass. She ain't shit. But we're gonna talk about that another day.
But she's a black woman. She's a black woman.
What I'm saying?
She's a black woman, yo. So I get that. I feel you, but she's a black woman, though. And that's my thing, though. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't get that same treatment, whether you agree with her or disagree.
I definitely resonate.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you know, some shit she do, I don't agree with a lot of shit, but she still deserves to be treated like a
like
a
just a
queen. You know
regular
what I'm
woman,
saying?
like just
Yeah.
period. Just a
Yeah,
woman.
you know what I'm
Shit,
saying?
get
However
back
you're gonna
all
do
that
it. Do it the
real white
same way you do
girl.
them white motherfuckers on Capitol Hill. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Factual. I definitely
you
resonate with
know what
all
I'm
of
saying?
that.
So,
You know what I'm talking about? Pro-black than a
yeah,
mug suck around here.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh, that's a conversation for another day, though.
Right,
So,
right.
what's the second piece you're gonna break into? And
So
is
the
any of these pieces been in the book? Because I be liking,
so this piece, so as my bio touched on, I had a little early in my, well, not early, a lot of my adulthood, I had, a lot of run-ins with the law, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, and that was my life, you know what I mean? And so this piece is kind of near and dear to me because it just kind of commemorates, the change and the shit that I went through from then to who I am now. So it's a brief explanation about that. It's called Be Me.
All right, well, let me get out of here so you can be you. Shit.
I've lost count of how many suits I've taken to mortuaries and helped loved ones with services from my homies domiciled at cemeteries. Fictitiously necessary choices traded my high school graduation for incarceration, so a 10th grade education ushered me into adulthood situations. Psyche was telling me books are unnecessary because intellect is not a prereq for death or the penitentiary. Scary rationale exposed my lack of common sense. I found comfort pulling up to armed guard towers and razor wire across the top of a bonded fence, and I wish I could blame these downfalls on the hand I was dealt. Truth is, I was born into the Nation of Islam, structured home with hardworking parents. Love was felt and they never spared the belt. But then life lessons bruised the ego of my armor so that unless I'm in trouble, it never exposed itself. I am a book, badly maintained, raggedy bindings. My chapters has ripped pages. The cover is ruined from coffee stains. It contains a toxic blueprint that should never leave the shelf. My imperfections double the number of my perfections. But you know what else? I would still rather be me than anyone else because I trust myself like drunk driving with no seatbelt to navigate my destination. See, I step over these feces, but these ops want me knee deep in regurgitation. Wait, hold on, I gotta stop because I know y'all this is like, ugh, that's nasty in your imagination. But see, this is a verbal dissertation outside of my normal language, illustrating how I want my wordplay invading, painting vivid shit that you gotta listen to with your eyes wide so you can vision this list of early life hurt disguised as lyrical stamina work coming through your earbuds, disturbing your earphones like Amber Alert. I got to release this fetus before my feet is deep in the dirt. Purposeful word choice. Nope, I have not misspoke. I said release this fetus as I am pregnant with poetry. Now my water just broke. Breach born umbilical choked my pen. Cord wrapped the ligaments of my thoughts like a ligature. Suffering suffocation, but never dropped my temperature. Now I'm healthy and strong in this poetic literature because on my poetry's birth certificate under Father's name is God's signature. I'll bow to the throne when I enter. Till then, my service is indentured and will remain to be. It was Islam in me before it was cool to be. Before X Clan, before PE, before Denzel and Malcolm X and Spike Lee. Kids tease my siblings and myself about our funny names. Constant questions about what meat we can't eat if it ain't fish or beef. There was community laughter. School was out at 3 and we couldn't be in the streets. The only moon we see is the FOI crescent one on Pop's uniform sleeve. This is God speaking, Godspeed. A life ended causing me. It should have been God's beef. It's been 15 years I was confronted. They violated my circumference. Instead of throwing these things, they wanted to relieve me of my things. One of me and their numbers were abundant. It caused me discomfort. And where I come from, you better dump first and warning shots don't work. Defensive self said it judges the earth. Shit could have been worse, but I still get nudged at times. My mind is the arena in which those nightmares rehearse. 15 years, but memory still as vivid as the first. I pray that for the family's comfort, careful not to desert my own legacy. This is a hypothesis of my life's chemistry. Sometimes you might hear me stumble a word or two when I spit my poetry. That's just me breathing through labor pains during delivery. No joke, I like to smoke thin, thought provoke, and I don't tread light. I analyze life, and I be thinking like, the Bible speaks of this tree, right? But didn't pre-exile Christians worship Yahweh and Asherah, God and his wife? I'm gonna stop because see, that's lost on this life, like a needle in a haystack at midnight with no lantern burning bright. I feel like the Black Knight tasked with exposing truth, and our hides are bloodshed, and my word spread is black light. So I forever write. Fingertips can be wrinkled and raw. I just stand with the family that's formed to stand tall. Redneck sitting in seats using law to enforce power and control instead of using power and control to enforce law. But this black fist activist ain't having it like hell no. Y'all don't want this African attacking. I'm proactive instead of reactive to your actions, and let's see who's laughing then. See, I got chessboard visions. I'm 5 steps ahead so I can see what's happening. Because what happens when you're not watching who's watching you, your verbal soul gets snatched up like sex trafficking. Check the stats on the averages of ransom kidnappings, especially when it comes to Black kids. My tongue is low-hanging fruit down to the root, so my lips ain't fastening. People see truth and then react as if I'm rationing. I'm not lacking sin, so I rain truth like strippers cashing in, cause won't be no room in the urn for my truth once they put my ashes in. I'm not basking in, but I remember in me before 11 felonies. You see, I got bullied by my past. It was fear of progress compelling me. Taunting, laughing, I would listen to it, telling me, nigga, you won 6th, 7th, and 8th grade spelling bee, and yet the best you became was a turf celebrity. You see, I had the temerity, but regret is the enemy of prosperity, and my character to be became injured because my attention went to obstacles incredulously. Negativity cleverly dissected to better me, then Will Smith Oscar slapped the shit out of my integrity. But God. But God. You see, his favor in me is blessedly injected. Back then, I had venereal visions, and my decision to neglect it left my thinking infected. Nevertheless, I kept it pushing. I fast forward to now, I would still rather be me because since then I've been college accepted. Criminal records cease to exist like performing exorcists. Expunge and dismiss, though rumors hit like 4 clips that fit the Glock's disguise as a hater's lips. It's just urban legend shit. Businessman now. I eloped with my wife. We wasn't on that wedding shit. So despite the strife, stress, beef, and grief, I would still rather be me. And fuck now, I'm not regretting. And that's my drip.
Ooh, what the young folks say? Say less. That's what you need to do because that poem said it all.
Man, it definitely did. I was over here trying to jot down because he was going. I got the fetus before my feet is, and then after that, he just went to firing, and I was like, "Oh my God!" My hand, yeah, I can't write on. Yeah, that poem was on 10, yo. And if that was his life, that was a good way to walk us through it, man. I definitely think that. Stop yawning down there. What's the status quo?
Why you putting me on the spot like that?
Man, you know how we do it on the corner. We be relaxing. We be in our gym. You know what I'm saying? I know you can't do that anyway because you about to get out.
I know.
So you got to drink a Red Bull so you can get you some weed.
It's coming. I'm going to get that spirit in me. If you know what
I'm trying to tell you. You already know that's all you need. That's all you need is some of that right there. And you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. I see King Jarrell just got in the house. Let's go, man. What's the second piece you hitting us with, Queen?
I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with that insanity. I don't know if you've heard.
Oh, you already know I have. This is one of your pieces. Let's go. Y'all, I be piped up, man. Y'all give me life on here. I just want to thank y'all. Let's go.
Okay. Insanity. The moment I start spewing a string load of profanities regarding this fucked up fantasy that I've been holding on to, thinking I belong to this class of inhumanity, of fighting feelings, our daily objective, this constant concealing while attempting to ascend beyond the invisible ceiling. All of us more than willing to play the colonizer's game over and over, resulting in the same thing, insanity. It's what those preachers preach and your teachers teach, and it's what they tell me I am whenever I try to reach higher outside of my current situation, as if I were already excluded from consideration or some previously determined fatement or placement of lower ranking station following meager compensation. Or is it remaining persistent when time has grown non-existent and glory days have grown too reminiscent? Is this insanity? This current accumulation of tragic loves, mishaps with drugs, frequent lapses in my judgment. Label me morally repugnant, having underwent short confinement or waste of time spent. But thankful I survived, just to come and be denied this fair chance to advance, my heart bleeding, still needing some comfort called romance. Trying to make a stance for myself. Finally, but what the fuck am I trying to be? Going crazy, working daily, enough the dreams seem to turn into mere fantasy. Is this not true insanity? That's that piece, y'all.
Yeah. I'm coming live from the A, man, but that shit, that deserve the A, man. Can the church say?
Can the Cherry to say, because she in the A, man. And we be spitting that straight fire. Y'all already know we about to bring the king back around to close this house on down. Let's get this thing, man. Easy. And y'all don't forget, man, make sure that y'all follow, tap in with this king on TikTok. Because, man, I'm telling y'all, them videos go hard, man. Look, it took me a minute to get to them. His videos up through there. I was like, wait a minute. Let me put some stuff in the comments and then hit his inbox and see what happened.
I appreciate that, Keys, for real.
Nah, man, I appreciate the blessing. No cap, man. Oh, y'all, this show tonight has been fire. I don't know if y'all been fanning like me, but yeah, I'm loving this right here. So, what's the second piece you're gonna hit us with tonight, Keith?
So the second piece is called The Alchemical Arsonist, and this is also gonna be on my book as well.
Man, we getting all these PPC exclusives. Y'all already know. When it pop up next week with a flyer on it that say PPC, let me make my noise before I go. Yeah.
You know, I don't exactly look like what I'm capable of or what I've been through, but in no way is that a mistake. See, I may be a being of light, but often I explore the depths of darkness for depth and sharpness, and although I can't always see exactly where I'll end up, I always remember how far I wasn't when I started. This is my catharsis. I exceed margins. My fear of the fires of hell vanished the moment my burning passions became arson. I'm fire retardant. In an effort to help the collective, the messenger has to become the message. The mind has to become the weapon. I want you to understand, overstand, where to stand when you're under pressure. I know it can be heavy on you. You may not always understand the exact reason for shit, but you should know that you're the exact reason of things such as reason even exists. And speaking of exist, you're the exact reason existence even is what it is. You're more powerful than you know. That's my piece.
Oh, wait, man, that was so good. I almost blew out a rainbow.
No cap, yo, that pen, and then I be in dope. I be in there too, and he be like, "That's that piece." No, it's not. Where is the rest of it, sir? Can you come back one more time? You know what I'm talking about? But y'all already know it's been an absolutely amazing night. It's been an absolutely amazing show. I want to start and try something different with y'all tonight. No cap. I want to thank everybody who came in the room. If y'all already know what vibe I've been on a vibe, and I'm just gonna close this thing out with a little bit of this thing. Man, y'all know my saying. Wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And I'm out. But you know how I do that? I start off like this. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I don't even know if y'all can hear me, but I can do anything, baby. Come on, guys. I can't no mind when you lay down.
I can do anything.
I can do anything. I can do anything. Come on now.
Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know, I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I'd like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it, I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm high.
I can do anything.